This video is the fourth video in the algebra set of videos. In particular, this video is looking at evaluating expressions. All evaluating expressions means is when having answers for particular variables such as x, y or z, subbing those values back into some type of expression to figure out what the answer might be. This is best explained by going through a few examples. Example 4.1 says if x is equal to 6 and y is equal to 12, find the value of each of these. To begin, what I do is I always write down the expression. The first one here is 3x. All we have to do is sub in what we know the answer to x is. And here, x is 6. So this becomes 3 times 6. And 3 times 6 gives us 18. In B, we have 8 times y. Y is equal to 12 here. So we replace y with what we know it is, which is 12. Next, we multiply 8 by 12, which will give us 96. C is x plus 2y. We know that x is 6 and y is 12, so that becomes 6 plus 2 times 12. Next, we have 6 plus 24, which becomes 30. Finally, in D, this is 2x squared minus 6y squared. Here, x is 6, and it's important to put the x, which is 6, in a bracket so that when we square it, it'll come up like that in our calculator. Minus 6 times 12 squared. Here, first of all, this becomes 2 times 6 squared, which is 36. Next, it becomes minus 6 times 144, which is 12 squared. Multiplying that then, 2 times 36 gives us 72, minus 6 times 144, which gives us 864. Finally then, it just becomes 72 minus 864, which gives us an answer of minus 792. Example 4.2 says, if x is equal to 1.5 and y is equal to 1/2, find the value of a, 4x plus 2y, and b, 3x plus y. In A, we have 4x plus 2y, so we replace x with what we know it is, which is 1.5. However, I think it is best to always write it as a top-heavy fraction. So 1.5 as a top-heavy fraction is equal to 2 times 1, which is 2, plus 1, which is 3 over 2. So we have 4 times 3 over 2, plus 2 times y, which is 1/2. Next, we have 4 times 3 over 2, which gives us 6, plus 2 times 1/2, which is 1. Finally then, 6 plus 1 gives us 7. For B, we have 3x plus y. Subbing in the value for x, which is 3 over 2, plus y, which is 1/2. 3 times 3 over 2 gives us an answer of 9 over 2, or 4.5, plus 1/2. 9 over 2 plus 1/2 will give us 5, because that is 4.5 plus 1/2, which is 5. In certain questions, they mightn't have x's, y's, or z's. They might have real-life types of questions, or formula that you might be used to seeing. In example 4.3, it says if a is equal to 3.14 or squared, find the value of a when or is equal to 5 and or is equal to 10. You might have spotted that a equal to 3.14 or squared is very similar to the area of a circle formula. However, all they've done here is they've replaced pi with 3.14, which is usually used as an approximation for pi. All we have to do in this case is the exact same as what we've done before. We just go a is equal to 3.14 or squared, and in a, or is equal to 5, so we have a is equal to 3.14 or squared, which is 5 squared. Next, we have 3.14 times 5 squared, and 5 squared is 25. So then area is equal to 3.14 times 25, which is 78.5. Similarly for b, we just have or is equal to 10. So this becomes 3.14 or squared, where we replace the or with 10. 10 squared gives us 100. Therefore, the area will be 314. From going through those three examples, you should be able to evaluate any expression given to you on your Leaving Certificate Maths exam. However, the main thing to note is always include brackets when typing these into your calculator, and always triple check your answer to make sure you haven't typed it in incorrectly, and read the question multiple times to make sure that you've subbed in the correct value. This is where students can lose marks very easily. This brings us to the end of the 4th algebra video evaluating expressions.